morning. Welcome to Bum Slide Thursday. I got to start with this. Seriously, I cannot tell you. If you have the chance to go see this fella in this production, you have got to go. Opening night last night. Plus, you get dinner, which is phenomenal.
Wasn't it a good dinner?
Oh, so good.
It's like 5 courses or something.
Oh
isn't
my
it?
gosh! It just kept coming and coming and coming. It was just such a
Grand
lovely
Gardens,
evening.
Dennis Street.
Yeah, downtown.
Yeah.
Death and the Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are used to seeing Mr. Murphy here as Joan Rivers or Gina International, Lola Brigida, whoever, Gina, or performing, you know that when Tim's in the room, Tim is in the room. Wow. First of all, the production was goofy. How I was like, by the end of it, I was like this, sitting on my chair.
You were on the edge of your seat?
Seriously, I had no idea what the storyline was about. I don't want to blow it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. There are only 3 people on stage at all times. Some of his performances, highlights of his performance, are when he's not saying a word.
Oh, really?
I was watching you, and I'll tell you something. I was just like, I was hyperventilating.
My body's sore.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
I spent a lot of the show tied up.
He does. Yeah. And you know what? The whole premise of it, because at first I was like, at first I wasn't understanding it because I purposely didn't pre-read anything about Death and the Maiden, and boy, it leaves you right up there and then brings it, and then right up there again and then, Did you think it was amazing?
What did you think of the way that the director Mark Beaudet chose to sort of put it in the future in America rather than... It was written it was supposed to be in South America. It takes place in South America. The film and the original Broadway play takes place in South America after a revolution a dictatorship has been overthrown. But Mark got the idea that a lot of what's going on in the U.S. right now is like a dictatorship kind of thingy, and so he projected it in the future, sort of after Trump. Do you think it worked?
And you know what? I did.
And throwing in a couple of modern references?
Yes, but honestly, it threw me off. I was like, okay, so I thought this was like an older, long-time play, but I guess it's not. And then I sort of got what he was doing. And your co-actors,
Sandra Forcell.
My gosh.
There's Sandra there with me and that wasn't a rehearsal. That's why I'm wearing my leisure shorts and
there was a moment where she was on stage and trying to explain her story, and Sandra was crying.
Oh yeah,
the light caught her and I saw a tear. I was just, is goofy good.
And Tim Bass also plays. What a middle. He's in the middle. He's like ping pong.
Boy, and he did it well. He at the end he was just so desperate. You have to see it.
Poor guy.
Seriously, the runs continue
till Saturday.
And
tickets are available. Dinner and show I think is $65, and you can come for show only. But for dinner and show you have to make a reservation. So you can just go up to Grand.
Kudos.
Thanks. You can go up to Grand Gardens North and get tickets, or
downtown.
Yeah, and. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for coming.
Oh my gosh.
It was so great. I was getting in my car and I heard, Tim! And I'm looking and I heard, it's Jim and Louette! And you got out and you came run over and gave me a hug in the parking lot.
Phenomenal. Please,
that was really
go
cool.
See it. And
you know what's really weird though, Lou? I gotta tell you, from my perspective, you see how close the audience is?
They're on you.
Like we rehearse, okay?
And you're sitting in your underwear with your legs wide open.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing a dance belt under just in case nothing falls out the sides.
I didn't know that.
Well, she puts her hand right up in there.
Yeah,
too,
yes,
so I
she does.
Had to hide everything, which I'm used to that. But anyway. No, so the audience is literally like you rehearse, and then there's no audience, and the tables aren't set up, and we rehearse. So I had no idea until last night, and I'm sitting there, and there's like. Literally, when I took that drink of water, when they finally give me water after all that, and I start talking, I saw somebody like wiping my spit out of their eye because they're that close.
Like I saw your shirt vibrating from his situation.
Also, a little funny story. You might have caught this. So at one point in the show, so I told you that I am bound up, I'm tied up.
Yeah.
And at one point, I am supposed to start to get a little bit loose.
Yes.
Well. The little things that bind my ankles.
Yes.
It was a little too loose. So on my cue that I'm supposed, there's dialogue going on, and I have my cue, and I'm supposed to start, discovering that it's a little loose. I should try to get loose. the pantyhose, the bind, the tights pantyhose, just fell right off. I was like, oh, I'm already free. I'm free early. This foot is free early. And now what do I do?
I didn't see that.
So then I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to use this foot to try to get the other foot out.
Saw that. That was brilliant. I thought that was part of it.
No, I was just making that up because
Really?
I had a free ankle way too early.
Oh.
So now they're still acting way behind me. I'm like, okay, now. So then I get the other ankle free, and it's still not time for her to discover that I'm getting loose yet. So now I'm like standing in the chair, and I'm sure they're behind me hearing the chair going bang, bang, thinking,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on?
Why is he doing it this early?
Why is he? Why are both ankles free?
Right. Yeah,
then
yeah.
she has to come back in and tie me up. But she only had this much dialogue, right?
Right.
But I've got 2 ankles free.
And you know what? She got right into retying
Well, but you know how she retied me? She knotted them.
Oh.
I couldn't get out, so the end of the act comes. That's why I was stuck on stage. The end of the act comes, and I could not get untied.
Hey, well, the lights come down, and I see him going, trying
to get my ankle, and I'm bending over trying to get my feet. She tied me up real good.
Yeah, she tied him up.
Oh, but it's live
you know
theater. What are you going to do? I just kept my eyes down and walked off quietly.
Jim was thoroughly impressed, completely entertained, and he said, whoa. This is like a tense situation here.
It's pretty heavy.
It's a very heavy
psychological thriller.
Yes. So and in the write up, the director says you'll walk away from this and it will stay with you, and I can see that.
Yeah.
I can so see how, because the end is just like a wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah. It's up to you to decide.
Jim and I driving home, we were like, but I didn't know that. But yeah, it was
That's the
awesome.
whole idea. It's about conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
On the other end of the spectrum, if you're not looking for come and see us by all means. But then, if you want to go out and have a good laugh, the WTF Festival starts this tonight.
Oh my gosh.
The poker thing at the casino.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, and there'll be a show at the casino as well tonight to stand up. Ryan McFarlane is doing some magic at the casino, and I believe that. Oh, no, is it Ryan? No, I think it's the other guy. Anyway, there's a show. It's free. So go to the casino, watch the gambling, and then, or play, and then watch the stand-up for free. And then also, all weekend long, there's a variety show tomorrow, and there's events on Saturday afternoon, workshops, Saturday night, another show. So make sure you check out the WTF Festival. They've got some great comics coming up this year. And this year, it's with the family. That's what WTF stands for this year. It's a whole family affair. So get out there and do that and support the festival. It won the Best New Festival Award last year for all of Ontario. The WTF won the Best New Festival Award.
Isn't that awesome?
We should be very proud of that.
And you know what? Lots of work goes into it. They're working very,
Lots
very
of volunteers
hard.
too.
And you know what? Tons of volunteers. And it's so good to see that somebody is committed to promoting our community, because we should be promoted, because we're awesome.
Yep.
Hey, the splash pad too this weekend opens up 1 o'clock Saturday at Bellevue Park.
Bring your skates.
Yes, bring your skates.
Because it's so cold out.
Yeah, bring your long johns.
What is that, Lou? Did you go down there?
No, I haven't.
Megan went down, I think, to take. Megan went down to investigate.
They look like huge showers, of course.
Is that where the water comes out of?
Yeah.
You mean it comes? See, I didn't understand. From my perspective, splash pads is just like the fountains that come up from the middle, like they in Toronto. It comes down on you?
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But adults aren't allowed.
No.
I'm going to wear a beanie.
Yeah. I'm going to go in on my
going to pretend that I'm
my
little.
knees. Yeah. So check that out.
Could you imagine you and I at the splash pad? So when does that open? The 6th?
On Saturday, the 6th.
Is that the 6th?
At 1 o'clock.
Saturday's the 6th? No, Saturday's the 7th. Yeah, okay.
7th.
Yeah, we don't know dates. We just come here and talk.
Yeah, all day.
Holidays coming up. Summer's coming up.
Yep.
Certainly, it's already arrived, apparently, for the MPPs.
Yeah.
It was just announced yesterday they're taking 4 months off. They're not going back into Parliament in Toronto until October.
Yeah, that's a standard.
4 months?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No?
Ford said, we got so much accomplished, we're taking a break early.
Oh, because there's some outstanding things.
Oh, there certainly
are. And then he made some announcements and then said, by the way, we're leaving.
4 months off.
Yeah.
That's nice, okay.
Like a wage freeze on public servants. Yeah, they're not happy.
They're not happy.
No.
I also heard some stuff about transit. I was reading about Northern Ontario Transit and how they were promising, like Vic Fideli was promising about the trains, and yes, we're going to bring passenger rail back, and now we find out there's an email that's been released, and the second in command of the CEO of Ontario Northland, no interest. No interest, never did have an interest.
No. So,
Well,
let's go on a break though. We've gotten so much done.
Yeah.
We need a holiday for 4 months.
Enjoy your time off. I'll be here.
Yes.
Hey,
so will I.
I'll be here. And hey ho! The Sharing Dance Day. This was such a blast. This was an initiative that a local choreographer and dance instructor, Amelia Stewart's local girl, she got chosen by the National Ballet of Canada to do this Sharing Dance Day initiative.
Oh, cool.
Where she learned how she had to learn the choreography, and then she went to all these different schools and seniors' homes and cultural centers in Sault Ste. Marie, and so we all got together and did this Sharing Dance Day, and she taught the choreography, and they all did it together. It was a really cool thing. We covered it. I was there, did some interviews, a lot of fun. And also, today, the Sault Cycling Club is here.
Yes.
Because it's Trails Fest coming up this weekend. Lots of fresh air and sunshine on your bicycle.
And it's going to be nice and warm for you.
It's going to be a great weekend. So we've got lots coming up. Plus, Luann has the news on mornings with Luann and Tim on this gorgeous Thursday morning. We'll be right back.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night. Alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today, we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
And down, one more time, going up, and up, and down, and out. Guys, just a walk. Good, let's try and clap under our legs.
Welcome to On Location at the Northern Community Center. But today we're on the soccer pitch, but we're not playing soccer today. We are joining Amelia Stewart. Good morning, Amelia.
Good morning, Tim.
This is an incredible thing that I'm witnessing here today. How did this happen? Canada's National Ballet sharing dance on World Dance Day. How did this all come about for you?
Well, my cousin Erin actually was the ambassador in Collingwood for Sharing Dance.
Okay.
And so when I saw all of her media postings about it, it made me super interested to bring that sort of thing to Sault Ste. Marie.
So then what did you do? Did you reach out to the National Ballet or what happened?
I was put in contact with them through Erin.
Okay.
And Neem Rogers, who I've been in contact with at the National, she was so positive and super supportive of every thing I wanted to do, like all my ideas and
So now my question is, how is this a first ever event put on by the National Ballet for sharing dance?
In Sault Ste. Marie, yes.
Okay.
So Sharing Dance is also, the Dancing with Parkinson's class is also part of Sharing Dance.
Oh, they do that here in Sault Ste. Marie at Elite Dance Force.
Yes, and that's where I teach. So my coworkers are running that program.
They're the certified, right? It's tell me their names.
Caitlin Peltier and Christina Trevison.
I never get those right. Yeah, they're certified to teach
Yes.
that, Dancing for Parkinson's. So now, you're given the choreography. Like, is this across Canada?
It is. It's Canada-wide program. Yep.
And is it all focused on happening today? Was that the whole idea?
So yes, in Ontario, Sharing Dance Day was today.
Okay.
I believe it has different dates in other provinces.
I getcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But today in Ontario, May 29th, Sharing Dance Day.
Okay, so when you get in touch with the National Ballet and then they say, okay, yes, Amelia Stewart, you are our person in Sault Ste. Marie, it's up to you. What's the next step? You have to get the music, the choreography. What happened there? How does that
So
work?
there's a course online where I learn the choreography and I have to
Really?
complete surveys to sort of see, my opinion on it so that it helps them too, right? So
Right.
that each year they can figure out what works and what doesn't. And yeah, so I learned the choreography and then I was able to start teaching it.
Tell me about the music again, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called Light Spots,
Yeah.
and I believe it is all Canadian artists.
Canadian, okay. Now, how long have you invested in this ordeal now for yourself?
Well, it started in February is when the choreography came out, but
Okay.
I've been in contact since about October.
Well, and then is it up to you then to also do the outreach? I mean, you've got schools here. You teach in the schools, is that right? Or you've been in the schools because of this?
Yes, I've been in the schools teaching the Sharing Dance Day choreography.
Did you have to set all that up yourself with the school boards? And
So a couple of schools reached out to me independently, and then I contacted them, and then they heard through word of mouth.
Yeah.
So Cass and Cora and Grandview Public School.
Really?
Yeah, I'm teaching it to the 3s and 4s at Grandview. It's really awesome.
oh, even the little kids are doing it.
Yep, so I have an event there later today.
And we just, I saw some ladies from Breton House. We're going to talk to them. That's very. Did you do that outreach?
They came here, yeah.
They came here. They're having a great time together. It's a really bonding experience.
Yes. And that's what I loved about the intergenerational idea for this event is
Right.
to sort of show how dance is accessible to all ages. It's not about doing the steps. It's moving, it's expressing yourself, and it's just for the pure love of
A
it.
lot of the choreography at the beginning, it is very expressive. It's sort of very modern, and so that would allow for people who maybe aren't really into the hitting all the right moves at the right moments can still participate in and feel like they're expressing themselves, right, and getting active.
Yes, absolutely, and that's why it's also chair accessible. So you can sit down and do all the arm movements.
Isn't that brilliant?
It's amazing. I love it.
I love it too. Okay, so thanks for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
I'm glad we found out about you, and we're going to talk to Breton House. I also want to talk to Alicia Orlando.
Yes, oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Well, so she's got the school out in Deborah, right?
Yes, uh-huh.
And we did this whole, we came to Elite Dance Force and we interviewed some people
Yes.
back on World Dance Day, I think it was, right?
I think it was, International Dance Day.
It was the
yes.
International Day of Dance, you're right, thank you. Because is this World Dance Day?
No, I think it's just Sharing Dance
It's just
Day.
Sharing Dance Day. But anyway,
We get our own day.
we never got a chance to get out to Deborah to see Alicia, so we're going to talk to her today
awesome.
and find out a little bit about her
Awesome,
school.
yeah. Her students are amazing. They're so energetic and eager to learn. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for doing this. Thanks for bringing the
you.
National Ballet and it was Sharing Dance. I'm going to share some dance with you right now, Amelia Stewart, and we'll be back to talk to some other folks right after this. Fade out, Michael. Fade out, fade out, fade out, fade out.
1, go, art, look, sing, and hit, step, step.
It's World Dance Day. Is that right? World Dance Day?
Yes.
And we're sharing dance today, right?
That's right.
You're Lauren.
Yes.
You're Marcy. And you're Karen?
Karen.
Hi, and I'm Tim. Welcome to ONNtv.
Thank you.
So, ladies, what brought you down here today?
Well, we're from Breton House, and it's part of our programming that we came down, and we're so excited that we did.
You came from Breton House. How cool. Where'd you come from originally?
Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay. And you're from?
Barrie.
Barrie. What's it been like coming to Sault Ste. Marie and being at Breton House and sharing in the experience with all these amazing women?
It's my hometown.
Oh, this is your hometown? Welcome back. What about you?
Life changing.
Life-changing?
Life changing.
You said to me it's going to save your life, right?
It absolutely will. Thank you.
Fantastic. So, this opportunity to bond together, has it been a bonding experience?
There has been, yes.
Did you learn the choreography in advance or just today?
Advance.
You did learn it in advance. How did that happen?
Last week we came for the practice, and then today we came for the real thing.
For the performance.
Yes.
It's looking great.
Yes, it did. Well, yeah, as best we could.
And you know what else, too? We know this for a fact, that physical activity is great for mental health. Do you find that to be true?
Absolutely. I'm a senior.
Yeah, you are? I would see now, obviously, physically fit is good for you because you look young. How much time have you put into this so far?
I think we had about an hour and a half practice last week and then our hour today.
And then after the dance, is there more celebration going on?
They're supposed to be here, but we've got other programs we've got to go to.
Absolutely. How long will you be at Breton House? Do you know?
6 months to a year.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming to Sault Ste. Marie.
Thanks for having me.
And my sister actually used to be on the board for Breton House, so I'm familiar with the facility.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you? How long will you plan on staying?
6 months to,
it
depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
And what about you? Are you feeling good about things right now?
Yeah, but when I'm ready.
You're ready. Ready to heal? Ready to dance on World Dance Day. Thanks for joining us. Can you show us your t-shirts, ladies? Let's see the back. Here you go. Women empowered with hope. That's what it's all about, right, ladies?
Absolutely.
All right, nice to meet you. Dance on and dance like, what do you say?
Dance like nobody's watching.
Right on, have fun, ladies. Thanks for being here.
Awesome!
I'm so happy that I ran into you. This is Alicia Annette, and this is Cassidy Bailey. Alicia is the current owner-operator of, how do you say it?
Central Dance Studio.
CDS, Central Dance Studio. And Cassidy, what's the big news?
Well, we're going to switch.
And
I'm going to take over, yeah.
You're taking over the studio. Yeah. What are you going to do, you?
I'm going to teach for Cassidy.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
So earlier on this month, was it just this month we had the International Day of Dance, and we didn't, or it was last month, we didn't get out to you because it's difficult to get a crew together to get out to Deborah. But we ran into each other today, and I wanted to talk about this exciting new news. Alicia, how many years have you owned the studio now?
We've danced for 11 years and 12 seasons out in Deborah. Yeah.
Amazing. Dan, you might think that when you're out there, like outside of the city of Sault Ste. Marie, that you wouldn't have that many people in a dance school. Not true. Tell me about the registrations for this. Is it this coming year?
Last year. Last year we had 316 registrations, about 160 dancers.
160 students signing up for over 300 classes. Did you ever imagine that it would get to that size?
Not in a million years. When I first started teaching at Cass, some of the parents asked me if I would do some classes after school, and I said, sure, we'll try it out. We had 3 classes of 4 or 5 students. Fast forward 12 years, we have 5 instructors. We run 4 nights a week in 2 different spaces, and it's just exploded. More than I can manage, so Cassidy.
So Cassidy, but you're a busy young lady. Both of you have full-time careers. What is your career, Cassidy?
I also work out at the school as the counselor for the high school students.
Okay, so you're a counselor at Cass.
Yep.
Young mother?
Young mother of 2 little boys.
You have 2?
2 little boys, yep.
She's so young.
She's young, but very accomplished.
Apparently. And you're taking over the school.
I've taken over the studio, not the school.
I don't mean Cass, no. So you really, your dance studio was born out of classes offered at Cass.
Exactly, and it did well because the community supports it so well, and also because the administration, our school board supports it because it happens in our school.
So you actually utilize the school for the classes, right?
Yes. Yeah, all our classes run out of there.
That's a great though, but it should be a hub. Schools are meant to be a hub for youth and families. So let's just talk about this event today. This is pretty inspiring, yes?
Absolutely.
Who came with you today?
I brought my 86-year-old grandmother to dance with me today.
And who did you bring?
I brought my 88-year-old grandmother, Edith Coulter, as well.
Hi, Ken.
I also brought my Auntie Donna too, so there's 3 generations there.
And we saw them. Look at all these kids are making hearts. Are these your kids?
Yes.
Oh, Michael, can we pan? Can we walk? Can I just walk this way slowly and keep doing what you're doing? You're beautiful. Come with me. Let's get them in the background to say goodbye because we're running out of time. Yes, represent. So what does dance mean to you in your life?
Dance means pretty much everything. It's one of the most important things I do.
Yeah, and what about for you? What has dance meant to you and what will it continue to mean?
For me, dance is a way to be able to touch other people and create positive experiences in their lives. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to work with all these amazing people who inspire me. I've loved it.
Well, and thanks for being here, for sharing Dance Day, which is very appropriate. And the intergenerational aspect of it is beautiful, isn't it?
It's amazing.
We'll be back with more Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this.
How
a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
I have to remember to get my participation app for my phone, so I can start adding all things like me doing cartwheels into that.
I thought you were going down, buddy.
That wasn't a very good cartwheel, but I was a little bit dizzy. Anyway, it was a fun day though. Come on, and I've never been to that. I've never been to that center before.
Where is it?
That's the Northern Recreation Center.
Oh yes, West.
Yeah, the library's there, and then it's a senior center, and then there's the soccer pitch fields. That was a soccer pitch field indoor. It's such a cool thing we have.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it there.
Go check it out.
Yeah, and people go in there and walk, and it's like the ceilings are so high and it's so airy, and it's like fake grass, so it feels like you're walking outside. So even if it's a crappy weather, you could go for a beautiful walk around the field.
Like in February.
There you go.
A huge thank you this morning to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show, Mornings with Luann and Tim. Appreciate you two.
Thank you very much.
And your staff. Thank you so much, so much. Hey, Tim Horton's going to Thailand.
Timmy's going to Thailand.
Timmy's going to Thailand. Generally, Tim's is in Canada and the U.S. somewhat. Although I swear the recipe in the States is different.
You think so? For what? The coffee? You think
I feel like the coffee's different. I do.
I wonder if that's true.
Or maybe they don't use 18% cream.
That's possible.
Cloggage. Yeah, so they're going to Thailand.
Cloggage.
Well, like you drink and you feel your arteries going.
We're here?
Yeah.
I love the 18% cream.
I know.
So does my belly.
Your belly.
Okay, so there's a video we want to share. Luanna, Jim saw it too, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a 74-year-old woman who was hiking somewhere in the area of Phoenix, Arizona.
First, God bless her. She's 74. She's hiking.
Yes, good for her. But bad for her that she was injured. And in an area where they couldn't just carry her out, they had to actually airlift her out. So check this out. They send a helicopter and they strap her into one of those things, and then they lift her in the air for an air rescue. And at one point, she starts to, so she's in there, okay?
She zipped right up.
She's in there and she starts to spin a little bit. Where's the spinny? Okay, anyway, as they're lifting her up, Michael, where's the spinny? Oh, look, watch.
Look at this.
It gets worse. She's in there. And it starts going and going. Now, can you imagine if I got sick in there and you're zipped in?
Yeah.
Like, what if
you're barfing on yourself? Now she's just now it's an amusement park. Right? She's like, I hate amusement parks. People, I broke my foot.
Just wanted to
stop
go.
it. Stop it. Just stop it.
I just wanted to go.
Oh my God, my hair is coming off. My hair.
My eyeballs just
Oh my God. Where on earth are me, put me down, put me down. I said, put me down, put me down. Stop it, put me down. You have to put me down.
I don't have a broken leg in the desert.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm throwing up. Oh no, now I threw up in the bag. I threw up and now I'm living in it.
Oh my God, it's
I just threw up in the bag.
Poor thing.
Could you imagine?
I just want to go for a walk.
She didn't have gray hair before, she does now. Oh my God. Could you imagine those? They gave her a little air hole and she barfed and it was just...
People are having breakfast. Why must you always go there?
Because it's funny.
Bodily functions.
It's so funny. That poor woman. Stop it.
Luann dropped her monitor in the toilet again this morning.
I wear an earpiece, so there's a battery pack that sits on my on the back of my clothing, and I went to the ladies' room and plonk, and it was the pack. It wasn't another plonk.
Oh, Luann, it's never a dull moment with you.
No, it isn't.
I was talking about participation and getting that 150,000 watts.
I could get some points for dropping that in the toilet.
Because you had to go reaching.
Right.
So, anyway, this weekend it's the Trails Fest. It's the Sioux Cyclers Association is here. But just a reminder that get that app because we can win $150,000 for our city using this participation. City's better, city's best. Anyway, find out about the initiative.
Be safe. Don't get helicoptered out.
No, don't.
Whatever you're doing.
So we're going to talk to the Sioux Cyclists about their upcoming 3-day fest of Trails Fest. Okay, right after this. Oh, the news is next. Sorry.
Yes.
Then that. Then this. Goodbye.
With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride, Bud Robinson Motorsports.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
NDP MPP Guy Bourgouin held a press conference at Queen's Park yesterday to introduce a private member's bill that will improve maintenance standards and make winter driving safer on Northern Ontario's main highways 11 and 17. MPP for the Mushkegowuk James Bay, Bourgouin was joined by representatives from northern communities and businesses who said improving winter road maintenance in Northern Ontario is urgently needed. Bourgouin's bill will ensure that highways 11 and 17 are maintained with the province's strictest requirements for snow removal. By classifying the northern highways the same as all 400 series highways and the QEW, snow must be removed within 8 hours of the end of a snowfall. The Ministry of Transportation's snow removal classification standards depend on the type of highway and traffic volumes, not on climate or vehicle size and weight. Bourgouin's bill would bump up highways 11 and 17 to Class 1 in all of their sections, whether 2 or 4 lane, and eliminate vehicular traffic specifications. The OPP released their Opioids and Overdoses Impact and Strategies report, highlighting the alarming increase of opioid overdoses and deaths across Ontario. The report has identified a 35% increase in overdose deaths during the first quarter of 2019 compared to 2018. And since September 2017, the OPP has administered naloxone on 79 occasions and saved 73 lives, with the highest numbers in March and April. The focus of the OPP Opioids Working Group during the past year has been to establish foundational elements to respond to the opioid crisis. Ontario introduced legislation yesterday to limit wage increases for public sector workers, including teachers and nurses, a move major unions said could derail ongoing contract negotiations, spark protests, and give rise to a court challenge. The bill would cap wage increases to an average of 1% a year for 3 years for the broader public sector. Treasury Board President Peter Bethlen-Falvey called it a fair and time-limited approach as the Progressive Conservative government works to eliminate an $11.7 billion deficit. The legislation applies to employees at school boards, universities and colleges, hospitals, long-term care homes, Orange Air Ambulance Service, children's aid societies, broader public sector organizations and boards and commissions that receive at least $1 million in provincial funding. It doesn't apply to municipalities, including their fire and police services. More than 1 million broader public sector employees would be affected by the bill, which was introduced the day before the legislature is set to rise for a summer break. President of the Ontario Public Service Employees Union, Smokey Thomas, raised the possibility of a charter challenge, saying the legislation violated union ability to bargain collectively. He also said unions are already preparing to protest. Conservative MPs pressed the Liberals about what the government is doing to end a deepening diplomatic dispute with China, including the timeline to name a new ambassador to China.
Now, 5 months ago, former Liberal Cabinet Minister John McCallum had to resign in shame as our ambassador to China. We're now in June and the Prime Minister has not appointed a replacement.
That's right.
Canadians are being detained on bogus charges, soybean producers are facing new barriers, and canola producers are having shipments blocked. And now the Chinese government is going after our meat producers. This is going from bad to worse. Why has the Prime Minister not appointed an ambassador to China?
We are very concerned with the detention of Canadians in China, and that's why we're rallying an important amount of friendly countries, and also that we were able to make sure that we have a joint statement with the United States calling for the immediate release and, of course, rejecting the wrongful detentions of Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig. Thank you.
U.S. President Donald Trump spoke in Ireland before leaving for D-Day events in France. Trump said trade talks with Mexico are ongoing, but Mexico has been told the tariffs go on. He also said Mexico and China both want to make trade deals.
Mexico was in yesterday. They're coming back this morning in Washington. They'll be meeting at the White House. I think a lot of progress was made yesterday, but we have to make a lot of progress. Mexico's been making for many, many years hundreds of billions of dollars. I mean, they've been making an absolute fortune on the United States. They have to step up, and they have to step up to the plate. And perhaps they will. We're going to see. They can solve the problem.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Well, we didn't, or I didn't get to see it, but it was the Country Music Awards last night. I was busy watching this guy.
Country and Western Music?
Country and Western Music.
Okay, Country Music Awards.
Country Music Awards, and Little Old Big Town, Thomas Rhett, and Trombone Shorty opened up the show. And from what I'm reading and what some of the videos I'm looking at, it was as fulfilling as always. There's always so many performers on this show. That's why I love it. It's not a typical award show.
And you know what they also do? They combine like that. They combine artists a lot.
Which is cool.
You know, somebody will take a lead on a guitar and
like a rapper will work with Garth Brooks or something.
So cool.
Yeah. Carrie Underwood, my fave, came away with the most awarded country music singer performer in the history of country music.
She's out. Like Reba was always up there, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she passed Reba.
She passed.
And she got Video of the Year as well. And you know, she
who
just
hosted? Do you know who hosted?
These three, from what I
they were the hosts. Okay, cool.
Or they opened it, I should say. So I don't know if they actually hosted or not.
Okay.
But Carrie Underwood was talking about having, like, her baby now is probably about 3 or 4 months old, and talked about, you know, how tough it was after the second one to get back into shape.
And she looks, amazing, I'm sure.
She's gorgeous and just sings like a bird. I hope she's nice.
She's got an amazing voice.
I hope she's not a bag. You know,
I don't think she is.
I hope not. She's lovely.
I was reading about one of the guys from. It was one of the boy band kind of things, but it was the one they got together because of a reality show, and they were like they were put together to go on this reality show, talent show thing, and then they won, and then they ended up being together. I forget the name of the boy band. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, but the guy who runs that reality show.
Yeah, not X Factor. Was Simon Cowell?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he put them together.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so he forms this boy band, and this one young fellow said it was unreal. But it was also, he said it could be a bit toxic, and that he ended up drinking quite a lot.
I hear that so much.
He said when you are young and he was like 18. He said, and you want a career in music, and then you end up in this group of guys that just got put together, and you're singing the same 22 songs at the same time of the same every night on tour, different venue, different arena, same 22 songs, the same choreography, the same. He said you just feel like you're not doing what you wanted to do with your career.
Wow.
And he said afterwards there's just a lot of like to forget your troubles.
Wow.
And it was he said as a young guy, a young performer starting out, not a great experience.
That's too bad.
You think about fame, right? But you don't realize.
Yeah.
You think you're going to your day job. It's like, here I'm sitting behind my desk from 8 to 4. Somebody who's getting on stage and singing in front of thousands of people, this monotony is monotony. So that's why we all got to really take care of our mental health and stay happy and do what makes you happy.
Like get on a bike.
Like our next guest. Wait till you hear about this Trails Fest. What a blast.
It's going to be fun.
Sault Cycling Club coming up right after this.
Thousands of people across the country take part in the Canadian Cancer Society's Relay for Life. So join the Relay for Life, and together, let's make a difference.
My name is Clement. I am 17. I do have a little brother. He is 5 years younger than me, and despite the fact that we're both blind, we're just normal kids. Sibling rivalries and fights and arguments. Sometimes we play games together, yeah. I find most people tend to have this perception of blindness as a huge physical handicap.
Incoming!
Which it isn't.
CNIB, Seeing Beyond Vision Loss.
I love women. I love older women, professional women, stay-at-home moms. I love how women put the family first. I love how you're so concerned that I'll get to your husband. You have no idea that I'm coming after you.
Make death wait. Please donate to fund life-giving research, because heart disease and stroke is the #1 killer of women.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. We have a great weekend coming up, guys.
We do.
I want you to meet. This is Eric and this is Peter from the Sault Cycling Club. What do you do for the club?
I'm currently president of the Sault Cycling Club.
Go on, Mr. President. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
What
Happy
about
to
you,
be here.
Peter?
I'm the trail coordinator for the club.
All right. So the Sault Cycling Club have their own trails, or you work with other groups who have trails? How does that work?
We work with other groups because we don't own any land, so we are at the mercy of landowners, and we have some great relationships with the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry, the Sault Ste. Marie Conservation Authority, and the Kinsman Club.
Nice.
So they are the key landowners who own the land where the trails are.
That's great. So are we using some of those trails for this fest coming up?
We certainly are. On Sunday up at Hiawatha Highlands, Kinsman Park, the trail network that's up there, just over 30 kilometers of trail. We'll be using that all day on Sunday.
So then let's go back to a little bit of the history of the cycling club. I did not realize how long it's been around. Tell me.
Yeah, actually the club started in the 70s. And the constitution for the executive was signed in 77 and then became a incorporated not-for-profit in 87. It has been continuing on as that entity ever since. So
You're an incorporated not-for-profit?
That we are.
So that means if somebody wanted to offer support to the cycling club and make a donation of more than $20, they'd probably get a tax receipt, wouldn't they?
They would.
If you're a not-for-profit?
If we're not-for-profit, we...
Did I just put you on the spot? I'm sorry.
No, we don't. Not-for-profit is we're not charitable.
Oh, you're not
so
charitable.
we don't issue a tax receipt.
Then
That's
never
right.
mind. I was mistaken. Good for you for catching me on that.
It's a good try, though.
What do you do for a living? How do you know this stuff? You're smart. What do you do?
Smart. Financial advisor.
There you go. That's why. All right. Okay. So anyway, the club's been around since, officially since 77.
Yeah.
I was asking, are there still any members that are with us that were around in 77?
There certainly are. Yeah, it speaks to it.
40 odd years. That tells you why you should stay on a bicycle, because you stick around for a long time. Yeah. The festival itself starts on Friday, tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Where's the initial event happening?
So the initial event we're calling the Urban Trail event. So we're starting at Outspoken Brewing, and we're doing two ride options. One is on pavement, doing the hub trail in the city. So 7 to 9, we're going to leave Outspoken Brewing and end up back there.
That's all it takes to get around the whole hub trail is 2 hours on a bicycle?
Yes.
That's pretty nice. That's not bad. I could do 2 hours on a bicycle.
Then the second option is a dirt-related ride. So we're going to start out
Dirt-related.
We're going to start out on the hub trail, but then go up to Fort Creek and ride dirt trails there.
Oh, so you're going to branch off from the people who are staying on the hub trail and do the dirt.
And then also ending back up at Outspoken Brewing, where we have a local chef who's going to be preparing food for after the ride. Brendan Cumming is going to be doing the food.
He was on the show. He's also, you can bring him to your house and
he will.
Yeah, he's amazing. Okay, so he's cooking for you guys?
He's cooking, so there will be food after the ride to nourish everybody.
On the patio?
On the patio. The patio will be open, and Outspoken will be open for us.
They're staying open late for you guys?
Yes.
Till 11 o'clock. You also mentioned that after you do the Fort Creek Trail, if there's time, you'll try to get in Whitefish Island as well, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Man, that's going to be a beautiful ride. And the weather is going to be on your side. So that's urban. I love that you're actually utilizing all the downtown stuff and keeping that first part of the festival within the city. That's really nice. Then where are we going on Saturday?
Saturday we have 3 sizes of adventure for people. So it's the Great Batchewana Adventure Ride. So we're going north to Batchewana Bay.
Yeah.
And there is a 70-kilometer ride, a 40-kilometer ride, and a 20-kilometer ride.
Okay, thank you for the last one.
Starting out at the Voyageur Lodge and Cookhouse.
Frank and Gail O'Connor are going to be our hosts?
They are going to be our hosts, so they will be welcoming us there with some coffee and apple fritters to fuel people up for their rides.
By the bonfire in the morning to get ready?
Well,
nice.
The fresh air comes off Lake Superior.
Yes. It's National Fresh Air Day, by the way. Happy Fresh Air Day, guys.
Excellent.
Happy Fresh Air Day.
So then we will be riding up into the Batchewana Highlands, and depending on which ride you take, how far you're going to go. The key features will be getting up to Batchewana Falls.
Oh, beautiful.
And then the long ride also goes over to Pancake Bay Provincial Park and rides the trails there.
So you have to be a pretty fit rider. You've got to be in good shape to handle that 70-kilometer ride.
You do. Yeah, the 70-kilometer ride is for people that are avid riders that are out doing some of the bigger races like Crank the Shield that we had last year in town.
And as far
coming
as
up in August too.
It's coming up, and we'll come back on the show and talk about that. What about the bicycle itself? What kind of bicycle are we looking at to ride these trails?
A mountain bike or a fat bike. So these are rough, dirt, gravel. There's definitely mud, and for the longer rides, there's a couple of stream crossings. You're going to get your feet wet.
Wow, cool. All right, I'm not doing the 70 kilometers, but the 20-kilometer one, who are my guides?
Your guides are locals who live in that area and have camps on Batchewana Bay.
And I'm understanding that they are maybe some younger people?
There are, yeah, we have a couple of kids.
We will have a number of kids from our Kids Shredding single track program who are signed up for that 20-kilometer ride. So these are kids in the 11 to 16-year-old range that we have out weekly on Tuesday nights.
Yes.
So they will be out on that ride.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better, because if I'm going out on a trail and it's 20 kilometers and you have an 11-year-old and a 15-year-old who are going to lead the way, I feel like that'll be safe for me. If an 11-year-old and 15-year-old are okay, of course, these kids are probably amazing bicyclists, but I still feel like I could handle that one with them.
Yes.
Then we get back to Frank and to the
Voyageur
Cookhouse with Frank and Gales,
where post-ride food and beverages, and hopefully sunset over Lake Superior.
So you can buy food and beverages.
You can go for a swim.
And can you imagine going across to the beach across from to go for in Lake Superior if you're up for it? Come on, we're in Northern Ontario. You're supposed to go on the 24th of May weekend. It's already June.
The ice is off. So.
The ice is barely off. Okay, so that is an amazing event on Saturday. That requires registration. Is that correct?
It does.
How do people register?
So they can go to the Cycling Club's website, so SiouxCyclingClub.ca.
Easy.
and online payment, registration, everything. And there is registration for Friday night and Saturday night
Both
right there.
Now, because there's food and stuff included in those evenings, there's a cost attached to those. Because you're receiving something, obviously it's got to cover the cost. So that's totally cool. But then you have a completely free day on Sunday. Where are we on Sunday?
Sunday, we're up at Kinsman Park at Hiawatha Highlands. So this will be the really big event. Last year was 400 plus people came out for that.
That's a great turnout.
So we have all the local bike shops. So Algoma Bicycle Company, Duke of Windsor Sports, Belarusian Bike and Ski, and they've reached out to their vendors who supply them with bikes. So we'll have factory demos available for people to try. So you want to try a new Giant or Salsa or Norco or Cannondale bike,
Those are there for you to try out.
They'll be there to try out.
Yeah. That's a really great idea.
We are super excited. So the Kinsmen have been great supporters. As a landowner where the trails are, we will have the grand opening of a brand new family adventure trail that we have just constructed.
It's like an unveiling?
Yes. It's the unveiling. There will be a ribbon cutting ceremony with that. And it's a brand new trail designed for all ages and abilities. So from Strider bikes, which don't have pedals, the kids push with their feet. We have had all our kids groups using it, adults using it, and we've even had accessible hand trikes using it.
Do we have choices of trails on that day as well?
Yes.
For lengths?
So there will be different trail rides. So we'll have a family ride, for example, that will go on the new trail.
Okay.
So that's only about 1 kilometer long.
Great for families and younger kids.
Then we will have rides going out into the other components of the trail system throughout the day.
And that starts at different times depending on the route you're taking. What's the earliest?
I think the earliest is 11:30.
11:30? Okay. So we should show up at the park.
Right at 11.
Right at 11.
You want to be there until 4.
Yes, absolutely. And there's prizes and...
There will be prizes. There will be associated with the new trail. There's a Strider bike giveaway.
Whoa.
So if you have a child Strider bike size, come and there will be draws for that.
Get out there. Our time is up, guys, but I want to thank you for being here. Come back again and tell me about the event in August as well. Okay. But get out there and make sure that everybody who's out there gets that Participation app for the city, because we can win $150,000 just by tracking your hours.
Yes.
We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this. Don't go nowheres.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
I need to find home care for my dad. My husband can't find a job. Our fights hurt the kids. When you don't know where to turn to 211, the helpline to community and social services in 150 languages. 211 is free, confidential, 24/7, and answered by friendly specialists. Dial 211 or search 211ontario.ca. 211 helps people find the right community and social services. 211, when you don't know where to turn. Supported by United Way, your local community, and the governments of Ontario and Canada.
Once again, our thanks to KC Security for being our sponsor for the entire month. Thanks very much for your support and for all that you do in the community, keeping us safe.
Boy, that ride sounds amazing. Don't forget to get that app.
Don't get that. And you know, once again, nothing to do in Sault Ste. Marie, nothing to do. Come on, the list goes on. Take your pick, get out there and enjoy the beautiful weather we're getting this weekend.
And you know what? It's going to be warm, so you don't have to worry about bringing your snow boots or anything like that.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.